Ah, welcome back to Throne of Ball, and there are 3 left from the 5. Illasera and Jakashura are dead, and Sendai and Abazigal are next, but actually I do know who is the last remaining 3, but I know where 2 of them are, so it's time to go and hunt down Abazigal in its lair, or his lair.
What?
And it appears not particularly, you could say, unusual location.
One day.
There's big stairs,
Yes, if you wish.
large architecture, nice graphic. To its age, it was really nice. Well, it still looks very nice. Because it's made with these, what's called bitmaps and all that. They had the chance to make these grand locations really grand from the angle they are shown. But I know there's about to be a huge and brutal fights. So it's time to prepare for them.
Someone's getting an unpleasant surprise.
And by rigging the place about as full of traps as it can be.
Someone's getting an unpleasant surprise.
Because I know what Abazigal is, what species he is. That's a species which you should be very scared of.
Someone's getting an unpleasant surprise. Someone's getting an unpleasant surprise.
There's quite scary music coming up as well.
Someone's getting an unpleasant. I can do that.
So saving
And be
Swords, not words!
West.
and keeping Edwin with the protections. I'm popping out a little summon spell just to work as a meat shield.
Who dare disturbs Draconis? More pestering emissaries from the cloistered monastery. Surely when the last batch did not return, Balthazar would have learned his lesson.
You know, that's kind of... you have just declared a war on Balthazar by just, you know, killing messengers. That's actually quite a good way to declare a war, is to... and, well... It might give you a slight advantage, something that we sent messengers, we killed them, and the other one decides to just kill the messengers because, hey, you know, they're messengers, they're his manpower, and then attack right away.
No, I see I am wrong. You are not brothers of the tattooed one. I smell the taint of Baal.
Actually, that's Edwin. You maybe still smell the taste of pussy juice. So, stand aside, Dragonis. This is between me and Abazigal. You have a chance to walk away. Oh. Father, are you Abazigal's son? Be a human. So he is something my kind. Are the only. What are you talking about? I sense this is going to end in violence.
You cannot stop this. The Lord of Murder shall rise again, and I shall prove myself worthy to Abazigal by bathing in your tainted blood.
That's quite grand expression you have. Yeah, there's some spawn monsters, summonings. It might have died already. Well, something's coming up, blasting out. Oh, actually, wrong. That was not. A bit of
I require rest.
I am ready.
Yeah, he's Draconis is you could say he's of the dangerous type,
What is it now?
real nasty one, because he actually
Yes.
Go
runs
bother someone
his
else.
plan. He's doing his plans quite with a smart way,
Yes.
not brute force way, the smart way.
Die quickly, fool horse.
Feel its icy breath.
Yeah. He's got good magic, lots of magic.
Rest by a fight.
Oh yeah, he's gonna just smack with his smacky move.
I am ready.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Well, with a bit mistake, but why not?
Every hamster has
Having a
exercise. You point, I punch.
You are
Yes.
lucky I'm here. Nature's servant awaits. If you think it is wise
withdraw with Shahira. And he's got a little bit of damage, mostly because of the immunities.
Swords, not words.
Go bother someone else.
And I have said it earlier that, but in this phase of the game, blasting out, yeah, and there's lots of explosions going on.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
What makes them happen? Well, I didn't really make it. Is it Draconis blasting out spells or just something else happening entirely? Didn't really look at. But this part it looks like Draconis is using quite much of the similar tactics I am using myself as well. Going for the
Cry for your lives. They are over. Yes.
I'm supposed to say in this game if you
think I can be defeated so easily?
he was
More evidence of your species' inferiority.
something big. Yes, a dragon.
What is it now?
And him being a dragon means
Very well. No! I
damn it.
refuse!
I'll not die to incompetence.
I blasted out improved alacrity and dragons and time stop, so it's time
This weapon is worthless.
to pop up some. Right, the big. Did he go down? No, he's not down.
What?
Badly injured.
I'm busy,
So
okay?
he,
I'm
and
busy.
he already.
One.
Oh shit.
Yes. What?
I ready.
What do you want?
Oh yeah. Ah yeah, he ripped me apart. So time to have to answer with bigger power. Going at the attempt number 6. That should tell you about the general level of difficulty at this phase, or at least in some phases, because Draconis he's a smart boss, smart fighter. Because the sheer amount of attacks he delivers and the fact that and he can dispel your buffs or debuffs, however you want to call them, those ways that you that moves that you those are tactics that you make to be to hamper its fighting. Son of a bitch!
Swords, not words!
Yes.
Alright, where did it go? There it is again. Because it knows how it's a fucking smart fighter. It attacks. It knows how to retreat. We stuck its immense overpowering offense or defense, however you wanna call it. It overcomes
Yes. Oh, all right.
all my only chance I have lies in the fact that maybe the Planetar can hammer it down. Oh, the Planetar killed it. And all my crew was wiped out by... Yeah. And of course, Lotka wasted this resurrection spell.
The light shall fall before me.
But luckily, the Planetar has some of them. And I can of course always summon a new Planetar, so recovery from this massive beatdown it gave me is completely possible. So, but damn, that was a fucking hard fight. Alright. Took a long time to recover from that fight. But I must say that the Draconis, as much as I can say, is one of the most toughest and meanest fights in the entire game. And, because, well, there's simply he fights smart and there's practically no way to rig the game to cheese it. You can't really rig it on your favor.
I am ready.
Which of course makes it a bit harder. But yeah, but the actual Abazigal's lair itself is not as bad. It's not even nearly as bad as than Draconis himself. Draconis more. But yes.
For the eyes, yeah!
It's this kind of bubbly cave. Oh, damn it. With
Yes. Simple.
and you do need this breath potion flask is needed. They are the method of,
What?
you could say, moving around this
What do you
place. And all the doors are locked, but there's these tunnels. You could drive through and explore if you would wish. Although if you could hold your breath for longer, you could make it. There's 4 tunnels. Something that hold your breath. And something that you can just get through. Which I just did. With lots of enemies. But I'll say that then this phase, whatever enemies you are facing are so much easier in comparison to Draconis. So even if they are dangerous,
Sarabak stands
are
ready.
very capable of causing lots of damage.
Yes.
They can just
What?
with quite unceremoniously be chopped up. And that makes things much simpler, and of course saving my progress. I don't want to lose it.
Yes. As I
Because
thought.
yes, this game does have the
Weapon does nothing. What?
old school style of
I am ready.
Feel the hand of justice!
I'm busy, okay? I'm
What would you
busy.
have me do? Impressive.
Yes.
I await your need.
Out with it.
and now I have water drinking potion, meaning that I can now
If you know what
move through the tunnels much easier. Then I actually not exactly that. It means that I can actually go through the tunnels quite
I am strong, but
without
there's a
any
limit
sort
to
of
how much I'll
problem.
carry on your behalf.
And that makes getting through all the insanity in this place. Well, actually, not so much insanity. Oh yeah, stone to flesh scrolls. I do need it. One for the, you could say, humorous little side note. But yes, they did have not boys at BioWare did not forget humor, even at this very dour and action story-wise very dour, personal and action-heavy part. They did not forget to add comedy to the mix. There's also I'd say perhaps the most funniest moments of the game happen here. Swimming. And of course there'll be friendly reception around here. Actually
Yes.
no,
I am
not
ready.
yet.
Bothersome. I'm busy, okay?
I
I'm
am
busy.
ready. That's right. No one here but us. Ha! That's how it's done.
Oh yeah, Kotoa. And for some reason
Minsk and
Yes.
they see through in stealth,
Very well.
making stealth even less useful than it already is. But old-fashioned, just get through and start stopping things. And always remember, Saravok, insane laughter is always a good thing to add to the mix. And chain lightnings. Theoretically, Edwin is capable of causing the biggest blasts of damage there is, and he does. He does blast out big damage, but of course the fact that he can take damage for shit and can fight in close combat as well. Here's a water elemental. Yes, there's a weapon in this game which insta-kills water elementals, which might be said to be quite a pointless gimmick. Even in a game which does have quite many such things. Yeah, many things which at earlier phase of the game would have been really handy and powerful. See, stop being that.
Swords, not words.
Saravok stands ready.
Boost and don't.
Shit.
They are too strong for me. I cannot
Well,
continue.
gotta reload.
I know
Alright, wiped out all the opposition around here, which was quite numerous and unpleasant.
yes.
Go bother someone
But there seems to be a slave or something in here, or prisoner. So who is he and what's he doing here? So who is this guy? Balthazar? Oh yeah. Well, I already know the tunnels, that's how I got here. Please tell me you have some rope. Oh yeah. Is there anything else? Oh. So there's another dragon in here. Not just at the gate, but at the... So I've killed dragons a lot. Yep. Oh, well, so there was a guy in here about to tell me all the wanting to tell what he knows, and then he
How much I'll carry on your behalf.
and then he went and killed him. Then he went and died. And I'm quite certain that Saravok could have gotten a lot of info out of him, mostly by methods of torture. But I was quite certain that as Saravok has proven himself very smart, very intelligent, he would most likely be quite aware of the fact that torture does not yield reliable results unless it's, you might say, something really simplistic and blunt, like tell the password to some specific location or computer. Otherwise, you really can't get any kind of usable info with by just torturing somebody. it's a fact quite often forgotten in fiction that yeah, just torture him and until he speaks, and yes, it might be, you might have done that, but did he actually just tell anything actually useful, or just
Yes.
told you whatever he could come up with just to make you stop the torture? I'm certain that Sarawak has knowledge in that, or is smart enough to understand the difference between handy info and just somebody talking out of their ass just to make the pain stop. Well, got some pieces of progress done in here, and I opened also a little bit of door as well. And in here,
It
the
is done.
tunnels. Let's drive through this one. See where it leads. Some sort of cavern,
What? Huh?
which I have partially already explored, mostly because, well, there are some enemies in here, but you could say nothing really. But there's, you could say nothing, you could say really remarkable in here. Or at least the enemies in here are not, you could say, particularly remarkable. All kinds of weird skull things and that kind of, but nothing.
If you wish.
So swimming through this one, where does this lead?
What?
Oh, it leads to this room, which has a dragon in it, a green one. And of course I could just go and attack it right away, but when there's an easier way to do it, there's not. It would be quite foolish to not to use the easier way. Because, well, there's always, and it doesn't even lead anywhere, it just led to the same room. Yeah, these tunnels, watery tunnels, are a bit off. I may make it a bit more confusing to navigate these places.
You point.
And I'm leaving Hexa, and I'm keeping Hexa a bit behind. I didn't like that thing. Just flickering about. It's annoying. Luckily these skull monsters around here are not, you could say, horrifyingly dangerous. But they are, alternately they would be very dangerous to much lower level crew because of that quite unrelenting pressure they can deliver. And some person. So I see a scroll of reversal. Have you seen one? A scroll of reversal. Spell to remove gears. Alright, yes, can I have it? So what do you want me to do? a golf. Golf or elder orbs, which are dangerous. You want me to fetch this ice stock and retreat for you? My standards are a little bit higher now, and this is actually the, you know, the almost you could say humorous interlude. Well, you may subcontract to who? These plantation quests and adventure, they feel use it resolve or find a way to help them. Alright, this is something that I could make use of the, you could say, brute strength power of just getting inside the pool and fighting and killing it all by myself, but I think I'm gonna, well, first I'm gonna save, just because I don't want to lose this. Do a mistake. And now let's just use the scroll. Yes, it works.
Folk to be wandering round here.
I have fit you for a stone prison, young adventurer. That which is really strange because, well, there's at least one similar trio at the Shadows of Amn, but this is even worse. So let us be hanging. A terrible evil has robbed the lives of me, hanging balance. Don't fail your quest. Yes, let's be hammy. At 100 gold.
Nasty times are coming, I reckon.
Justice.
And they came to fight. Then they decided to kill me. So, now they get killed. And it reload. Yep.
Yeah, things have been afoot lately.
Yeah, they found it, and here's a reward, of course. Yep. Sometimes it is smart move to do things with a, you could say the,
Yes.
Swords, not words!
If that is what you want.
What do you wish?
If you wish.
so I wonder, it's one of these pools that gets me in, so let's just save first to see which one it is. Now I have the,
I require
Rest would be welcome.
The demand we
Let's
stop.
endanger ourselves.
this pool which should get me to the crazy mage's laboratory. I hope. Yep, this was it. And I have the eye stalk. Yeah, I have it. And I have the scroll as well.
I can't carry no more. Your item is on the ground.
And these bronze pantalets would be the item I would need to get the
We must rest soon.
perhaps the most
Who is getting
hilariously hilarious armor suit of the entire game. which is very powerful, but not in a sense practical.
Stand ready.
I can do that.
Out with it.
You are lucky.
I don't know why they are so eager to make attacks at Hexac.
That's right. No one here but us shadows.
Yes. As I thought.
Your worthless lies end here!
And that thing also manages to summon some other pests as well, making it theoretically
That's
something
right.
that you could.
No one here but us shadows.
Cry for your lives. They are over.
Yeah, I want you out of existence,
What?
pest.
Simple.
Oh, now can I actually
That's
leave
right.
this way?
No one here but
Yes,
us
I could.
shadows.
Fine, I
Simple.
managed to get through that place as well.
That's right.
So now I'm just
No
going to
one
head
here but
towards
us
the
shadows.
dragon's lair or gate,
Simple.
however you wanna call it, and say a little bit of hello to the guardian dragon. There's already been quite much of dragon slaying.
If you wish.
You have the stench of the ball spawn. Perhaps you have the power to break Abazigal's spell, ball spawn. You have the scroll of reversal. I will give you the ward stone to pass. You can.
Well.
The enchantment is broken. I am free from this accursed servitude to that bastard half-breed. Free to leave this place and never return. You
Alright.
are a fool, puny one, to bargain with a dragon. We care little for promises made to the likes of you. But you are in luck, tiny man. Abazigal must pay for what he did to me. But I am not eager to allow myself to fall victim to his snares once more. Therefore, I will honor our agreement and give you the ward stone before I leave this vile place. May you extract unholy vengeance on the mongrel half-breed's head.
Yep,
Yes.
not
What
the
do you
most.
want?
You could say. Yep, she manages to. She leaves. And while I'm at it, I also. Well, opened up some pathways. So it's time to withdraw and come back with a much better level of, you could say, rest and recuperation to mutilate Abazigal, who is a dragon and a half god. That's a scary combo. Arriving to the dragon
It is done.
slayer, but it's
What?
Nature
nice and quiet. So time to make use of some trickery. Because, well, because of Hexar's high level thief ability, she can cast spells. So time to pop out the Farsight spell. And look at here. There appears to be, well, some sort of enemies. So it's
Saramok stands
so
ready.
it is a wise idea to but that thing at the center is not, you could say, actively hostile yet. So but these ice salamanders here are actively hostile. So it's a good idea to try to do my best to lure them in.
Go bother someone else.
And do that with a very you could say simplistic summons.
I am ready.
Okay, I'm busy.
Every hamster has his day.
Nothing but die.
Fight with this one now, you will die.
You are lucky I'm here. As
You stay at the back row, Hexat. So yeah, it's gonna take some luring, pulling, and all that kind of maneuvers to get those things. So to kill all those things before I go and issue my own personal challenge to Abazigal himself. So it's gonna take a little bit of editing. Now beginning the fight.
Welcome. I have watched your progress with great interest. For a lesser creature, you are quite amusing.
Oh, yep. It speaks lightly. Hope you're amused when I progress a blade through your heart, Abazigal.
Save your taunts. You are not worthy of having false blood within you. Only a dragon is worthy of containing the Lord of Murder's immortal essence.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, and that lovely grovelly toad was delivered by Jim Cummings, man who also delivers the words of a Minsk. A dragon, from what I heard, you're nothing but a mongrel half-breed.
Those insolent words shall be your last.
Yep.
Yes.
So, it becomes a fight.
nature's servant.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Words, not words.
And it's gonna become a fight of.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
So it's battle.
Jump on my sword while you can, evil. I won't be as gentle.
And that Edwin form is actually meant to be just a, you could say, meat shield. Meant to suck away hits. So where's the another simulacrum?
You point, I punch. Don't teach my sword. Stand back for justice.
So where did my? I had one simulacrum. It was killed.
You are lucky I'm here.
Mince and Boo stand ready.
Yes.
But there's
Every make
because
way.
well this is just a warm-up phase of the fight. Because well, Abazigal is human now, and he's a dragon, so of course he will become a dragon. And it's gonna become a quite brutal battle.
What?
He seems to be here.
I am ready.
Well, I'm busy, okay? I'm busy. Very well.
Okay.
Yes. What?
Nature's
Yes.
servant awaits.
Alright. Blasting out Fallen Planetar.
I await your move.
And a Bless.
What
Yes.
you wish.
And Roltgar's gonna blast out Protection from Fear spell.
You point.
Saravak stands ready.
Sarawak is just going to the
Swords, not words.
mangle him. And the main character is, of course, goes a bit further from Abazigal just to make sure.
My opinion of this group drop any lower.
Just to make sure that he's not gonna be as eager to brawl.
Every hand teach my hamster to suck it.
And now he fell. So it's time to blast out little bit of magic. Improved alacrity.
What would you
I'm
have?
busy, okay?
And I am quite aware where Abazigal is now lurking, unlike where Draconis was. More firepower. More firepower.
Yes.
What?
I punch.
More of Dragon's breath.
Nature's servant awaits.
What is it now?
Swords, not words. What do you wish, miss?
Draconis is not immune to fire attack, so he can be actually annihilated quite well. Just keep smashing him.
Know this even as I die. The return of our father is inevitable. Though I fall, the others will ensure Ball is reborn.
So yeah, Abazigal, much easier fight than his son Draconis. With a big roar he went down, which is not so grand. But it went down. With that move, 3 has been reduced
once again,
to
Godchild. The second of your revelations await you.
So what? More details about my past?
Have you never questioned your origin as you might question your future? Do you truly believe that beings with godly power have no sense of themselves or put no reason to their actions?
Most likely the reason is just because.
As a being such as yourself grows in power, the universe strives to teach and make them ready. Choices will have to be made. Be unprepared, and you will have an eternity to regret. But no matter. I have explained these things to you already. I will repeat myself no further. Listen and learn, or do not, as you wish. This time we are not concerned with your past, Godchild. Now we will look at your present. The prophecy proceeds towards its climax, as I am sure you are well aware. Your place in this prophecy is what is in question, perhaps. This question will be answered this once, by yourself.
Why am I here? Answer me.
You are here to tell yourself of the prophecy and your own place in it.
So it is something like a shadow of myself. Actually, I would prefer this. It's a thing. Basically, the main character has had very little of his own choice in the story. Of course, some story games may emphasize the fact that you really don't have choice in how you progress, or how you have very little choice. So let's just say that I would prefer the way to avoid that kind of being shoved aside around by powers much greater than he, even though he's growing into divine status, it's still something that greater powers are shoving him around. I prefer avoid it.
Destiny may not always be avoided. If you are to have a say in which path is taken, listen as you speak.
So, this is a copy of myself that I address, Solar?
It is a piece of you. Perhaps from another time, another dimension, but you nevertheless. Speak to yourself of Alaundo's prophecy, I bid you.
It's a shadow.
Yes, I suppose it makes sense. I was once taught of the prophecy in this way, wasn't I?
Or more like alternate.
It only makes sense that I would do it myself in the future.
It's actually more like alternate self, not shadow.
Listen closely. You are the center of the prophecy, but not in the way you think. You bring murder to all you touch. That is true. The ones you hate, the ones you help, even the ones you love. This is part of your nature. But this is not what the prophecy speaks of. The ball spawn shall bring chaos and destroy much of Faerun. But this is not done by you.
Lord of murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a scorn of mortal progeny. Chaos shall be sown in their footprints. That's the summary. Saravok remembered it by heart. It doesn't say exactly who and how and what kind of chaos.
You have already killed several of those ball spawn who the prophecy speaks of. Those who would bring this destruction. You bring death, yes, but it is nothing like what they would do if they are successful.
Oh yeah, it's that kind of thing that really nice stating that despite all the evil you are doing, you are the lesser one. It makes the player give a certain sense of satisfaction that despite how crazy they may play this game, they are still less crazy than what they have destroyed.
To stop them, whether you intend to or not. You exist to prevent the prophecy from coming true.
I've got to know that prophecies like these are malleable.
Failure, not of you.
Well, I had no desire to cause it.
I felt as you do once. Brace yourself for what comes next. I'll tell you that much.
You have been counseled by your own self. You are now aware of your place in these events and why you are here. Not every soul gets such an opportunity.
Which means Hrothgar is a mediating influence in this whole prophecy of Alaundo mess. Thank you, Solar.
Then there is but one more question before you may return to your path. When you return to the waking world, you will continue to speed towards your purpose, stopping the prophecy from coming true. My question, why will you do this?
Now you can be quite about a snarky. Because it seems I have no choice, as always.
Perception is truth in this one instance, godchild. Consider what you have learned, and farewell.
But there is also a challenge there as well. And there it lies. Or what's left of him?
Yes?
Abazigal the Black Dragon.
I'm busy, okay? Yes.
Slain by Abazigal the Blue Dragon. Slain by a human. Or
Very well.
although I did not check exactly. I haven't checked on the corpse list. What kind of? What is the?
would you have?
I am ready.
So, I guess I have to head to the...
What?
I guess I must head now to the...
Our actions
Well,
are
of
good.
course,
We will
saving
serve the greater
first.
balance.
Because boss fights in this game are quite tough, are dangerous. Say, heading towards the... let's say... back to the pocket plane to do the
What do you
challenge.
want?
They are not so ground shaking in this sense. Oh yeah, and I'm out of here, so time to head to the pocket plane and face the challenge.